Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. You know, every morning you get up, you turn on the television, you watch the news. You get a second or two of information here and there. If it's really important, you might hear a minute and a half. And then they pass it on they go through the whole morning and give you a little about what's going on. If you want to know what's really going on, you turn to the cable access and you get these guys talk. And they talking all day long. And all day long, you get a chance to be dealt and dealing with the problems of America. They're not talking about too many good times. They're talking about the problems. And in America right now, when those things happen that you can consider as being somewhat good, you got a different portion of the population trying to refer to it as being something that's very destructive. That's how divided America is. I heard the other day a gentleman that was going around interviewing people, asking them about the political persuasion, about how it is moving them during this political season. And they were at a barbershop talking to some black guys. And I heard them say that, I heard one guy say that, well, the truth of the matter is we as people have lived through a presidency of Donald Trump, and we've lived through a presidency of Joe Biden just about, and that they really weren't impressed by either. You see, when you have people, say for the past 10 years, people who were going through changes 10 years ago, they're still going through changes, many of them today, some a little worse. So you might ask the question, what is the difference between Republican and Democrat? What is the difference between conservative and liberal when it comes down to the suffering of the nation? It happens with the Republican Party, it happens with the Democratic Party, and no one is taking care of the business. It happens when you talk about the carnal society, the regular society. It happens when you talk about the church. Nobody is taking care of the business of clearing the problems away from our system. It's amazing that we have to go through these things every day, every week, every month, every year. And they happen to have a guy who wants to be president so bad that he ends up putting out posts saying that God chose him to come down and guide America. I mean, to hear this demonic voice come out of his mouth claiming God chose him. And I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying that he said God did. But then the Lincoln Project came out and they were thanking God for all the things that Donald Trump gave them. One who wants to destroy the nation. A liar who wanted to rip people off. I mean, all of the con things they did, all of the evil stuff that Trump does, the Lincoln Project says, God, we thank you for giving us this dictator, because only a dictator would do this. We've had 40-something presidents, 45 presidents before now, 44 presidents. We've had 35 presidents, and nothing has ever happened like this. We never had a dictator, and now you've given us a dictator that wants to come down and disrupt everything that life that we have determined is about, just so we can be ruled by the mind of somebody who thinks he's the smartest person on the face of the earth. Well, the Lincoln Project dealt with that a little bit. And so, you know, you think about people still considering this guy. And I remember he just said, just the other day, I heard him say that, can you imagine, let me see if I can get it right now. Yeah, I did that thought back, you're kind of leaving me. When he was saying that when he lost the election, he wanted to project that somebody else stole it. He was stating that he had the ability. I mean, can you believe it? Yeah, this guy was out trying so hard to become and remain in the presidency. He went and told some of the people within the structure to just give him the votes. Pretend like they had a recount and just give him the vote. And don't worry about what the public gonna say. Do not worry what about the 300-something million people America gonna say. Just give him the vote. And he and the Republican Party, specifically the House of Representatives and the Senate and the governors and the judges throughout the country, would make sure that it stick. And he told them, hey, just give it to us. We'll make sure it stick. America, this man is saying he's going to pull us over your head. He was telling the people in power, just give me this chance. Give me a break, and I'm going to pull it all over America's head. I'm going to pull it over all the poor folks' head. I'm going to pull it over all the black folks' head. I'm going to pull it over all the Democrats' head. I'm going to pull it all over the real Republican head. Just give it to us. That devil had his mind made up. Well, it's still going on. It has not been resolved just yet. But these are just things that cross my mind as I listen to these posts, and I make a note on them things I might like to say about them that you might want to hear. For instance, we talk about the flood in the Bible. We talk about the rain in 40 days and rain in 40 nights. I bet you guys never ever realized I had a vision of what that could mean. 40 days and 40 nights of raining. The little picture you might have saw in the Bible, scripture, something like that, might have given you a little bit of impression. But you don't have to do that now. All you got to do is turn your television on. Look at any nation and watch these floods, watch these tsunamis, taking out anything, wiping out houses, wiping out cars, wiping out animals, wiping out anything that gets in this path. Now that's a flood. That's the real flood. And you might would think that all of this flooding and the information is going out that America is doing more drilling than any country anywhere. We are really getting into that oil. So I say, if we getting into that oil, I remember yesterday when I was paying 32 cents a gallon. I was at the pump the other day, bought $20 worth, and I got 7-point-some gallons. I do remember when I put $20 in my tank, I got 20 gallons. Something is strange going on. Something very strange is going on. But after I look at the whole entire picture, every now and then a kid will walk across, a kid will cross my mind. I'll either see a kid in a commercial, I'll see a kid in the grocery store, or I see a kid in a basket beans strolling along with their parents as they go jogging. You see this. And you can't, if you got any kind of heart, you can't help but be just moved by children. Little kids, little toddlers, and then grown up kids, man. And you think about all the troubles here again that's going on all over the world, but here in America. America could be a beautiful country. But what happened? The Republicans and Democrats can't get along. Conservatives and liberals can't get along. White and black can't get along. Straight and gay can't get along. I'm about always getting your nose into somebody else's business. Why can't you just exercise your time to make sure that everything that you need in your life to be satisfied, you got it, and understand that the only way you can have that is if everybody else got it too. And so all of this arguing and bullshitting, y'all just straight yourself out and go around and make sure that you glorify God by respecting God, that this whole universe belongs to God, and everything that exists belongs to God, and God is harmonious. And those who recognize God, who are led by the Spirit of God, are harmonious. And we wouldn't have us arguing, all this fighting and stuff like that. What would we be doing? We would be using our gifts to create all of the resources that are essential for survival, or anything that we would ever want, need, or desire, or anything that's made by the hands of man, because we will have the glorious benefits of having all of this free stuff and getting a chance to exercise our mind to benefit we the people. What's all this fighting about? The devil in your mix. And it's not Republican just, Democrats just, white just, blacks just, men just, women just, old just, young just, is every last one of us. Now, let me leave that with you. I hope I didn't make my wife mad. She might have heard that and didn't like it. I don't know.